When will we be destroyed? إِذَا كَثُرَ الْخَبَثِ, when khabath prevails, when rubbish takes over. If you look at the landscape of the Arab world today, if you look at those who lead the Arabs today, and you look back at yesterday, and you see men and women of piety, men and women of integrity, men and women of whom the Arabs were proud, and you look at the vagabonds that we have today, you see this is rubbish. This is rubbish. If Ikhwan was bad, and of course, oh yes, Ikhwan al-Muslimun made so many mistakes that I wish they never rule over Egypt again. This may hurt the feelings of some people. But if you cannot read the constitutional sunnah, then you shouldn't call yourself an Islamic movement. If Ikhwan al-Muslimun was bad, what I tell you, Sisi is much worse. That may hurt the feelings of some of the supporters of the Egyptian government. And so when rubbish prevails, and that's what we have today, rubbish prevailing, the Arabs are going to be destroyed. Well, what about the other force which threatens them, Russia? What's going to be Russia's fate after the World War? I don't have the time, but Surah Al-Kahf tells me that Putin is going to checkmate them. Yes, there is going to be massive destruction of Russia, but Russia will survive. How do we know that? Because the next event which takes place after the Great War, said Prophet Muhammad, Allah's blessings be upon him, and if you're in NATO, you better listen to Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. If you're in Washington, you better listen to this man. He said the next event to occur after the Great War will be the conquest of Constantinople. And the conquest of Constantinople has only one military significance. It liberates the Bosphorus for the Russian Navy. And so Russia will survive the Great War. What happens after that? You read Islamic eschatology and you would know what happens after that. But before I end, they will achieve one more major victory in this coming war. In the First World War, they got rid of the caliphate. That was a great achievement. Because the caliphate had been in existence for 1400 years. But the Hajj has been in existence for thousands of years. The Hajj, the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, has been in existence from the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So thousands of years, even thousands of years before Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam was born. But there's not going to be any Hajj after the next war. The Hajj will disappear. That's another major victory coming up. How do we know that? Because he prophesied it. Hajj. وَلَيُؤْتَمَرَنَّ, and people will continue to make the Umrah, the visit. بَعْدَ خُرُوجِ يَأْجُوجَ وَمَأْجُوجَ بَعْدَ خُرُوجِ يَأْجُوجَ وَمَأْجُوجَ. Even after Gog and Magog have been released, people will continue to perform the Hajj. And people will continue to perform the Umrah or the visit to the house. But then he ended by saying, لا تقوم الساعة حتى لا يحج. But the last hour will not come until the Hajj is abandoned. And I am suggesting to you that the abandonment of the Hajj will take place in this coming nuclear war. I hope and pray that this brief introduction to an Islamic eschatological analysis of world wars would provoke the scholars in our midst, because I'm now 74 years of age. But we haven't shown here a graduate of international relations. I hope that it'll provoke you, our budding scholars, to conduct the research and to produce a work on an Islamic eschatological explanation of world wars. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.